Hi, comic book community. This is your friendly neighborhood comic book collector, Travis here, and we're going to take a deeper dive into Spider-Gwen Smash issue number 2. Why don't you smash that like button, and smash that subscribe button for me? That'd be a lot cooler if you did, but if you don't, that's fine too. So in this issue, we pick up they're traveling in a down I-70 to the next town over, and we got the Mary Janes in the back of the bus, and Mary Jane doesn't, they're in a group, they're the band, and they're like, hey, I thought we were supposed to do this no ghost spider, Gwen, but so that's the whole conversation they're having, and then Gwen's not too happy about that, but then she's like, we wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Ghost Spider, because that's what they wanted her there for, was to be a bodyguard for Dazzler, to help protect Dazzler. And the group was like, yeah, no, but I thought they promised that they were just gonna make it on their own and not have Ghost Spider get involved. So they're kind of fighting in inner struggle band problems. They just need something to move the story along here. Um, they make it to Chicago, to Wrigley Field, and they're talking about how it's going to be a fun sound check. You never got to be a sound check, but then right then and there, Natasha shows up, Black Widow, and she's like, "Hey, Gwen, you need to come with me." And so she takes Gwen from the rest of the band. They're kind of PO'd about it. And in the cab ride to the place they're taking Gwen, Natasha's taking Gwen. She's like, "Hey, it's just an internal struggle, It's And then she asks her about her symbiote suit. Is it your symbiote suit messing with you? And she's like, I don't think so. I guess this version of Gwen Stacy, they have a symbiote suit. So, anyways, they come to this layer that Natasha had, and she's in a different suit, I guess, and that's Dazzler, and they're talking about how the drummer Leah has a teleportation powers. They can teleport and stuff. So, anyways, they're in like a danger room, a training session, and bam, they bring out the Hulk again, and they're like, oh man, so they're fighting and training, and she gets in her Spider Gwen Ghost Spider suit, and they're doing their thing, and then they're at the end of it. There's a bunch of phone messages like, hey, they're still mad at each other, internal band struggles, and Dazzler tells Gwen that they have internal band struggles too, and she knows a way that they can fix it. Dazzler can fix it. So the next day, or a couple hours later, Dazzler is gonna get Mary Jane to be her guitar player, and she fires Rick Jones from the band. Rick Jones is like, "Oh, that's you just fire me, just like you fired I think he said Pixie. Pixie was in the band too that she fired." So, anyways, they're doing their concert thing, yada yada yada. They drumming back here. You're their drummer, and Mary Jane's playing, and Dazzler's singing, and then here you got this new. Oh, this is the dude from the last issue, the bad guy. You could just tell he's in the stands watching it all play out. Here's your new antagonist coming through. I'm guessing it's Pixie, because Rick Jones says, "Well, you fired Pixie," so there you go. And without a doubt, this girl does something to this dude, and he thinks he's like seeing you know, she does some mind stuff, and he thinks he's seeing his old pet dog or something, and then, you know, she turns into a pixie, I guess. You know, she has her wings, and she's like, well, what the heck's, you know, going on? And then it doesn't even, I guess it really does in the panel, but it's very, very not even hardly. You see like a little bit of spider sense, and I feel like this is kind of, the art kind of isn't as good in this issue as it is in the previous issue. I mean, there's some good panels. Like, this is a nice panel, and the way the symbiote suit is coming around her to form her thing. But I would think that they would more have a better panel of just her doing her thing right there. And then this is okay here. This is okay art, but it's, there's some things that are good about this comic, and there's some things that are bad. It's not for everybody, but I kind of do like how there's little pieces, and the panels are different sizes, and they kind of fit in the design of it. I kind of didn't like how they just all of a sudden wanted to fire Rick Jones just because Mary Jane needed a job. You know, a woman wrote the comic book, but the only male in the comic book she got rid of. So I don't know why they're going that way. It's girl power movement, I guess. They're fighting Pixie, and our main antagonist, he's sitting back and he's just eating popcorn, and we get some more fighting panels. She's doing flips, and she's saying, "Hey, you're super fast," and you know, it's pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it. Good superhero kind of stuff, and she's getting her little spider tingle going on here. Her spider sense is going off, and there's a roar. And the dang Hulk shows up again. And you're like, whoa, what's going on? And then now there's two things. Hulk throws her down, and she crashes, and then it looks like she's covered with rubble. And when she gets free, that she comes to this guy, and I guess the bad guys just, you know, hey, we threw her down, and they kidnapped the drummer of the band that can teleport and stuff. I don't know how you could kidnap somebody that teleports. You know, that doesn't make no sense. They could just teleport away from their kidnappers. Anywho, they're like, hey, they wanted to stop the show, and Dazzler's like, no, the show must go on. They kidnapped our friend that can teleport. We gotta keep on going. So then later on in the book, you see this guy, and you see, oh, what's going on? Squeak, little rat. And you see Rick Jones right here. So we know Rick Jones is the Hulk in this universe somehow, but I don't know. He's the Hulk. And our next issue is going to be Spider-Gwen number 3. All in all, it's an okay comic. It was quick. It was a quick read. It's fun. I don't know. It is what it is. It's a fun little thing, but it's not as good as issue number 1, but it kind of continues on the story. The story's a little weak, but it's okay because it's just a comic, and it's a fun story. So that's what we're dealing with here. All right, you guys, peace out, and have a wonderful day.